Peace, peace, son of God. Uh, Title of this video is called Tyler Perry, Son of God. I'm going to just go right into it. My name is Eddie Smith, the son of Alfina Smith. And the things I'm going to say in this video is going to be hard to believe, but every bit of it is true. Every bit of it. This day and hour that we live in, you know, I look at people read the Bible and they could believe that God talked to Abraham, God talked to Moses, God talked to this one, God talked to that one. But if you say if a person say God talked to them today, they'll think you're crazy. So, going right into it, what do this have to do with you? Well, when I was 17 years old, I was raised in Anderson, South Carolina, born in Darlington. I was 17 years old, walking home from high school, me and a group of people. And as we were walking down the road, one of our schoolmates, he had a car, and he rode past in his car. And out of nowhere, I said, I can't stand this motherfucker. I don't know if I said it outwardly or inwardly. But anyway, one of the strangest things happened. This voice said, why you can't stand them? First, I'm looking around trying to figure out who said that. This voice was so crisp. Man, it was, oh, man. But anyway, I answered the voice. I said, because he think he's better than everybody else. Like I said, just excuse me. I mean, I am not a video person. Well, anyways, I answered the voice, but I'm still looking around at everybody else because this is something crazy going on. And I said, because he think he's better than everybody else. And the voice said, do he think he's better than everybody else, or do you think he's better than everybody else? And before I could answer the voice said, have you ever thought maybe his family were fortunate enough to buy him a vehicle? From that day forth, I've never been jealous of anything or what anyone had. And that voice has been with me throughout my life. But how do you tell people you hear a voice talking to you? Now, going further, I'm gonna skip so much because this video will be too long. So throughout my life, this voice would talk to me, and this voice will always say, I love you, my son. Man, if only you knew how crisp and how strong that voice was. So here it is, married the woman I was in love with, had my kids by the woman I was in love with, and on the other hand, got a mama that loved me and would do anything for me, and I had a voice that talked to me. This voice taught me a lot of things. Trust me, it did. And as life went on, I began to have dreams and visions, but the visions were blurred. So I began to ask the voice, which I understand to be God to me, what is you trying to show me, God? What is it you want me to see? So when my kids were 13, 11, and 9, my kids, they very intellectual. They understand things real good. They could do it at a young age. My son was driving a full body pickup at the age of 9, under the steering wheel by himself. So one night, as we normally do, I always spent a lot of time with my kids, and we were talking. And I told them, I said, a storm coming. I don't know how this storm gonna come, but it's coming. From which direction, I don't know. And I asked them to do me a favor. I always remember I told them this. I said, look, y'all love each other. Don't let nobody separate y'all. Be there for each other. I said, because Satan, but I'm going to use the term Satan for this video. So he want to rip this family apart. Well, but anyway, now going on, I'm just finna skip fast forward, like I said, for the sake of the video. The 9th month of 2013, I was in jail. I was in jail for about a week. And I hadn't heard from this voice maybe 2 to 3 years. Like I said, that storm. Now, son of God, what I want you to understand, what I'm trying to get you to understand is, I knew I had a storm to go through beforehand. I couldn't dodge this storm. I knew the storm was coming. I knew the storm was coming afar off. When I said storm, my brother, hey, but going right on into what this got to do with you and why I call you the Son of God. Like I said, this voice started talking to me when I was 17 years old. Had no idea that you would be on the latter end of the storm. But you just bear with me. Okay, I was in jail for about a week. Man, when I say a storm, you wouldn't believe it. You, like I said, just like what I'm finna share with you, but every bit of it's true. So I cried out to that voice which I hadn't heard for 2 to 3 years. A voice that I thought had done left me. I said, look, God, I said, I got to hear from you now. I need to hear from you now. I want to know why you showed me all these things. I said, do you not see where I'm at? Do you not see what's going on? And man, without any hesitation, that voice appeared. And that voice said, yes, my son, I love you. I said, but God, I did everything I could do. Everything I could do. And then the voice said, you forgot one thing. You forgot about me. You didn't try me. So tears came to my eyes. And then the voice said, haven't I always been there for you? Haven't I always protected you? And before I could respond to anything, it was like a flash of light. Like my whole life just flashed before me. God was showing me just so many things and how many ways I was protected. Real serious. Everything I'm telling you is real. But anyway, so I'm overwhelmed once again hearing this voice. And then the voice says to me, seek for this celebrity, this entrepreneur, one that has made it big. He will help you, for he too is my son. And when the voice said that, God said that, I said, look, God, this ain't no time for jokes. I didn't hear from that voice again until the following year, which will be around the 9th month of 2014. This time, God woke me out of my sleep, and the voice said, read John 6:9. I jumped up, grabbed the Bible, read John 6:9. Couldn't make heads or tails of it for a whole week. I'm steady walking around, reading that verse over and over and over. But I said it so much, John 6:9, John 6:9, John 6:9. I said it so much that I said, I was born in 69. So I said, okay, because trust me, this voice have did so much for me. People would never believe, but this is a secret I had to keep in because people think you crazy. And so I said, oh, okay, I get it. You want me to be looking for somebody, a celebrity that's born in '69. Now, at this time, I'm in a bad storm, one that the world would not believe. Trust me. Now my brain is rushing. Blood pressure steady going up. Man, this storm is one you wouldn't believe. Really couldn't even go to the doctors, but this is far. Anyway, moving forward. I felt like I should be looking for a celebrity that was born in '69. So then, right within that same month, this the part I know you're going to find it hard to believe, and anybody else would. I mean, if I was in this, but then again, once you start, God start unveiling the God's self to a person, you wouldn't find anything hard to believe. That's just like where you at now. You trust God. You learned to trust God. Same thing I had to do with this voice. I had to learn to trust it. But anyway, right within that same month, God would wake me up out of my sleep. But this time, my body was paralyzed. When I say paralyzed, I couldn't move. And it's like this force had control of me. The room was like in a mist fog. And it's like this force had control of me. It stopped me up on the side of the bed. Then just like you would cuff a person to help them up, I could feel all that. It stood me up to my feet, walked me to the dresser. And while all this going on, I'm sitting there saying, wow, man, this is crazy. What is going on? But I wasn't scared because the force that had control of me, I knew it was of a positive energy. And but I'm still, while this all taking place, I'm still like, wow, boy, this is crazy. So the force, it led me to the dresser. I got this notebook. I'm telling you, I had no control of my body. Got the notebook, grabbed the pen, and this force laid me back on the bed. I ain't talking about elevation like no exorcist and all this stuff. No. But anyway, the force laid me back on the bed. Then my hand began to write. No control of it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, what is going on? But anyway, when my hand quit writing, it seemed like the lights in the room just cleared up. And when it did, I jumped off the bed. I said, oh my God, I'm just standing there, my whole body trembling. I was like, oh my God, boy, this is crazy. I mean, this is ooh-wee. After I gathered myself back together, so I looked at the bed, and this is what was written. I know you can't see that. Now, from here down, I wrote all that afterwards, but from there up, that's what the force had written. And I was like, wow, boy. But I was overwhelmed because I was like, God, I see where you're going with this now. I see where you're going with it. So what I did was, I turned it into this. I just copied everything like it was written. I just wrote it down like this. Didn't add no words, didn't change no words, no nothing. Now, that done took place. I didn't even tote a book bag when I was going to school, but I took the Bible and that paper and I walked around with it everywhere I went. Now I'm going further. now that I see where God is headed with this, I still couldn't figure out who this person was, even though your name was on that paper. It never dawned on me. You way out there. You way up there. It never dawned on me that it was you that I should be looking for, even though your name was on that paper. So I started writing D.L. Hughley letters and stuff. Oh, I know I'm going to skip something because right within that verse, John 6:9, Jesus used 2 fish and bread to feed the multitude. Somewhere along 2014 and 2015, I reading that verse over and over and over, still trying to figure out who it was. And I said, 2 fish, 2 fish. And I said, that's a Pisces. So I understood then that I was looking for a Pisces and a person that's born in 69, celebrity. And I'm thinking D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, but with none of it coming up. And it never dawned on me that Pisces would be me, because I'm the one in this storm. And like I said, I was thinking all kind of stuff. But anyway, as this stuff taking place, it will be April the 10th of 2015. April the 10th of 2015, I prayed that night. I said, look, God, I said, this paper ain't gonna do me no good if you don't reveal to me who this person is. See, your name was already on this paper, but I still had the slightest idea it would be you. So on April the 10th, going into April the 11th, April 10th, I prayed that night. I said, look, God, you don't reveal to me who this person is I'm supposed to be seeking. I said, that paper ain't gonna do me no good, because my blood pressure gonna kill me. With the storm I'm in, then trying to figure out who it is you were telling me to go seek. And the storm and my blood pressure, I said, look, I ain't gonna be around for it. So that morning, which will be April the 11th, God woke me up. And God explained to me everything I need to know about John 6:9. Here's all the paperwork. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. John 6:9, Jesus used 2 fish and bread to feed the multitude. The 2 fish will be a sign of a Pisces. The bread will be a sign of a Virgo. So I understood then, and I'm listening to this voice as it explains things to me. And God said, add the 6 and 9 together, you get 15. And on that paper I put, God answered my prayers, because that's when God answered. God said, add 6 and 9 together, you get 15. It was April the 11th. You add the month and the day together, you get 15. And God said, I will make contact with this person before 2015 was out. Now, I still didn't know it was you. So what I did was, after God, the reason we got the 13 in our birthdays is because you take Jesus and the 12, you add them together and give you 13. Just like you would take the sun and his 12 followers, it would give you 13. So in John 6:9, Jesus used a Pisces and a Virgo to feed the multitude. It all making sense to me, and I hope it makes sense to you, because all of it's true. I never made none of this up. I didn't sit around and think about this But God can shock you the way God do things. See, people got their own standard of saying how God do stuff. I learned through dealing with God, that's not how it works. God do the picking and choosing. God give gifts out. And I would throw this one in there right quick. It's sad when you can see things and you really could see what people are planning on doing to you, or how people could lie and how they could deceive the masses. So going further, now here's what I did next. I called my daughter and I said, "Baby, could you do me a favor?" She said, "What you need, Dad?" I said, "Could you find out when Tyler Perry was born for me?" She said, "Give me a second and I'll call you back." Called me right back. She said, 9th month, the 13th, of 69. Man, you should have seen the tears come to my eye because I felt so stupid. I said, man, his name was right there on that paper. And I did not. That's how bad of a storm I was in. And that storm is not going to stop until you reach out and help me. I'm telling you that up front. And I'm tired, man. I'm tired. It's just like the movie The Green Mile, John Coffey. How about I'm trying to get you to see, you can't tell people this stuff in this world today. They will not believe you. Just like I used to tell my wife, I said, look, I can see things. No, Mr. Smith, you don't want that gift. I didn't ask for that gift. And I could say more about myself. But like I said, I knew I had this storm to go through. I did not know you were going to be on the tail end of it. But now, after my daughter told me it was you, I went into the hospital the same day. Like I said, I told God, thank you, thank you. Now I know it's you. Look at my paperwork showing me right. She told me that I had to go into the hospital. They kept me for a week because my blood pressure, man, they said they don't even know how I was walking around. But I'm telling you, a lot of things I got out of, hey, what number God, man? That's it. And now that I know it's you, after I get out the hospital, man, I'm telling you, this storm is real. You read that flyer. I didn't make up no word on it. None. But going further, because I know this video is getting long, going further, I'm going to try to speed it up. But I got to show you these witnesses. These witnesses, they'll say it all. I get out the hospital, and the storm bad. But now I know I got to get in touch with you. You came to Spartanburg, and me and my daughters went up there. And I talked to one of the guys that drive your charter bus, and with your actors, I guess. And he said he'd been working for you about a year, 4 months. He said, I hadn't seen him yet. Then I seen some of your actors. I tried to run up on them just to give them that piece of paper. They said, no, we can't take no material. So I said, Lord, no. If he done been working for him this long, hadn't seen him, I ain't got a chance. So we stayed around for a little bit, and then we left. Went and got a job and stuff. I walked off my job December the 9th of 2015. Now, I know God said we will make contact with each other, but a lot of times people can't see, and it's hard for people to accept if God ain't showing it to them. Like I said, they're going to think you're crazy. But anyway, walked off my job crying. Everybody want, what's wrong, what's wrong? Here it is. I know what God said, we were supposed to make contact before 2015 out. I'm not caring about what people will say. I know my storm, my situation I'm in. So I walked off the job, went to a hotel room, and honestly, I rested up. Like when I say I need rest, I'm tired. You wouldn't imagine the storm that I'm trying to tell you that I'm in. And went there as soon as I rested up. I got to Atlanta, I think on the 12th, either 13th day. Nobody knew where I was at. Nobody but my mom. And didn't know a soul up there. But anyway, I was up there You know the story. I know you know. I got ran off the property. The only thing I did was put posters on your fence, just trying to make contact with you. And then when I came back from Atlanta, my spirit was tore to pieces because I done did everything I know to do. And people ain't going to help you do things. Trust me. Long story short, another witness finna come up. I done been joned and all this and that, but that didn't really matter to me because I know what God was showing me. So, here it is coming close to the end of 2015. Man, I'm like, man, I know I'm not crazy. I know God said before 2015 we would make contact. I had a dream. In the dream, me and my little baby girl, we was camping out. That nighttime, we were around the fire. We were laughing and talking, and a plane flew across. And at the end of that plane, it had numbers lit up, 63, 148. There go the numbers. So I jumped out of bed, man. I just knew I was finna hit the lotto. There go the tickets. So I couldn't wait for the store to open that morning because I just knew I was finna hit the lotto, boy. Man, I went to the store, played them tickets, couldn't wait till the news come out. They never came out. I said, God, I know them the numbers you showed me in my dream. But anyway, right after that, I think it was right after Christmas, I'm telling you, boy, blood pressure going crazy because I'm in a bad storm and can't get out of this. I'm not out of it now. But anyway, I'm just giving you more witnesses. A day later, guess who contacted me? You son of God. Now let's go back to the numbers. The numbers were 63, 148. You add 6 and 3 together, you get 9. You add the 148 together, you get 13. Confirmation again. We made contact. Whew. Before 2015 was out. What you think that do to my spirit? Now, I knew they would come let's talk about this because this video is getting too long and I don't want to take up much of your time. Okay, after that, you know our conversation we had on Facebook. And you had advertised something about a job for people that, when you come in town, take up the money. You told me I had the job. You told me I had to open up an online bank account. I want you to just watch the witnesses. I know they'll make sense to you because you know how God works. God worked with me in numbers and different things, or however God chooses, that's how God works. But anyway, so I went and did that. I hope you can see that. 9-3-13. What are the chances of the last 4 numbers of the card being 9-3-13? Your birth month, my birth month, and our birth date, the 13. Then the verse God gave me, which would be 69. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of Jesus used 2 fish, which is a Pisces, and the bread would be a Virgo? What are the chances of that? Okay, going forward. This year, because anytime God give me the opportunity to get my hand on money, I'm trying to make contact with you. And I'll take every penny of it. Because I learned in this storm I'm going through, I learned I had to disappear without anybody knowing where I'm going other than my mom. Because it's one that the work. But anyway, so I got my hand on some money again this year. Whew. Went to Atlanta again. Drew my posters up. Long story short, trying to get in contact with you. got in touch with your CIA, the FBI, or whatever they is. And I told him, man, I said, look, man, I ain't stalking nobody. I got to make contact with this man because, son of God, I can't keep living like this. I know what's going on. Read that flyer. I could just sit here and say, I've been buried alive. And it will not stop. Because, I don't want to say nothing about none of that. But anyway, after all that happened, they made me sign papers and stuff and tell me I can't come back on the property or whatnot. And I was like, God, wait a minute. I know you the one made it possible for me to get back up here. And I know I'm doing everything you guided me to do. You guided me to do. Now, son, God, I want you to think about this. If the only way you could gain your life back or the only way you could live, and God is showing you things to do, ain't that what you're going to do? Did you not do that? That brought you where you at today? God was with you. Okay, so money done ran out. I'm stranded in Atlanta. And I asked God, I said, look, God, I know you made this possible for me to come back up here. Show me a sign. Show me something. And that voice said, look at the room number you stayed in. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how to work these phones and stuff at all. It's 319. I stayed in room 319. Do you see a 913 in that? Then the voice said, look at the bus you had to ride on to get from the room to the studio. I rode bus 193. Here go my MARTA card. I don't know if you know nothing about all that because you be flying back and forth. Here's my MARTA card. I got a card and I rode the bus 193 back and forth to your studio. Do you see the 913 in that? So it was God confirming once again. Yes, my son. Tyler Perry, I hope I didn't take I hope somehow, and I know I rushed through this thing. There's so much more, so many more witnesses I could give you. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to end it there. I love you. And I'm waiting on you, son of God, because my storm will never be over until,